That beer right there, that's the best beer in Canada.
I get that 10 times a day.
It begins with a whistle, a steam whistle to be exact, that long, ghostly wail echoing through the steel and glass canyons of downtown Toronto, a sound from the past, reborn, a signal, a story, the call of a Canadian icon in the making. Steam Whistle Brewery isn't just a place to grab a cold one. It's not just a Pilsner in a green bottle. It's a symbol of resilience, of vision, of what happens when history gets repurposed instead of erased. And it all starts in the heart of the city, inside a building that once roared with fire and steel. The Roundhouse. Before beer, before tourists, before the green bottles rolled off the line, this was the beating heart of an industrial empire. Built in 1929 for the Canadian Pacific Railway, the John Street Roundhouse was a marvel of its time, a circular cathedral of steam and motion. Its design was functional but grand, a radial series of bays wrapped around a central turntable where trains would roll in, spin, and be sent back out onto the rails. It was the lungs of the railway. Here, locomotives were fueled, repaired, maintained, their bellies stuffed with coal and water before charging back across the nation. The Roundhouse was more than infrastructure. For decades, it was one of the busiest steam hubs in Canada, a vital cog in the machine that powered Confederation itself. But the age of steam doesn't last forever. By the 1950s, diesel locomotives began to take over, quieter, faster, more efficient. One by one, the old roundhouses across the country fell quiet. And in 1986, the John Street Roundhouse was shuttered for good, a once roaring monument, now just an empty shell beneath the shadows of the rising CN Tower. But history has a funny way of finding second chances. In 1998, 3 friends were let go from their jobs at Upper Canada Brewing after it was swallowed by a conglomerate. Instead of sulking, they dreamed.
By 3 really passionate beer makers. They were employees of a small Ontario craft brewery, which was bought by a much larger brewery. And everybody at Upper Canada Brewery was fired. But the 3 founders went off and did different things with their lives, came back together and decided to get back into the brewing industry and wanted to brew one style of beer, a Pilsner.
They wanted to bring something simple, beautiful, and proudly Canadian into the world. Not a brewery empire, just one great beer. The building was brought back to life, not to fuel trains, but to brew beer. And not just any beer, a golden crisp European-style Pilsner made with nothing but spring water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. 4 ingredients, no gimmicks, no shortcuts. They called it Steam Whistle, a tribute to the past and a rallying cry for the future. From the start, the brewery made its home a feature, not an afterthought. Visitors could tour the tanks, touch the rails, learn the history. The old roundhouse turntable still exists outside. The original rail spurs remain embedded in the concrete. The past wasn't paved over. It was embraced, repurposed, brewed into every bottle. Over time, Steam Whistle grew, not just in size, but in stature. It became a Canadian staple, the beer of concerts, cottage weekends, stadiums, barbecues.
All aboard!
And through it all, the Roundhouse remained its heart, a beacon of green glass and good times in the middle of Toronto's concrete jungle. Today, the Roundhouse is more than a brewery. It's a destination. Home not only to Steam Whistle, but to the Toronto Railway Museum, to event spaces and patios that buzz with life all summer long. The legacy of locomotives still lingers in the air, but now it mixes with hops, laughter, and music. So the next time you're in Toronto and you hear that long, low whistle, follow it. It might just lead you back in time, or forward toward a perfectly poured Pilsner.
Steam Whistle. Do one thing really, really well.
Please like and subscribe for more videos about Canada.